Can you talk through some of the many hats you wore with the El Mariachi? That's an interesting case study, and you've done the same thing over and over in completely different, innovative ways in all the films. But El Mariachi is such a radical leap for you.
That was crazy. That thing's held together with scotch tape and rubber bands because of the camera I borrowed.
You directed, you did cinematography, you did the sound.
It's better to just say what I didn't do. I didn't act in front of the camera. Everything else I did.
Yeah.
Everything else, I was the whole crew.
Yeah.
It's just like you're doing here, except you've got sound recording right onto the cameras, right? Or do you have it to the system?
Separately, but it's synced. I mean,
But it's
all the
synced,
modern
yeah.
technology.
So I didn't have sync camera.
Yep.
So I had a camera that it was not a sync camera. And the thing was, it was so loud, I would have had to blimp the shit out of it, which I didn't have a blimp. And then I would have needed a sound guy.
Just to be clear, so if people don't understand this, you're shooting basically no sound.
Because the camera sounds like this. It sounds like all your money is going away, first of all. So I would go like this. Action. You'd start running.
Yeah.
And I shoot my edit. Cut.
Yep.
Like they're still running, like I'm only using this part. And there's no slates. There's guys holding up their fingers at the beginning of roll, like this is reel 7 for just a few frames, so I know which reel it is. And then that 10 minutes of film is just one shot after another. And I use almost every frame of those shots because I was cutting in the camera. Now, after I shoot, like let's say, tell me your name.
Lex.
What's your last name?
Fridman.
Where do you live?
Austin, Texas.
I would do the whole scene, then I would get the sound, bring the mic in close like that. Say it again.
Lex Fridman, Austin, Texas.
That'll probably sync. Now, if you were going on and on, there's a place where it'd go out of sync. I hate rubbery lips. So I would cut away to the dog or to the knife or to the girl. And then I cut back when you were back in sync. And since these were non-actors, they say everything the same way each time. They would say their line just like they weren't performing it to where they didn't remember how they performed the take before. They were just talking in their own rhythm. So a lot of the times anytime you see anyone on camera talking, they're in sync with themselves. And as soon as it cuts away, they're out of sync. And it created this really fast cutting style that I probably wouldn't have had on such a low budget movie, but it was the only way to keep things in sync. So when I would shoot two people talking, I would make sure I'd film a couple of shots of like the dog or a stuffed cat or something, just so I'd have something to cut away to get them back in sync.
That's so brilliant.
I call it's just resourceful. It's just being very resourceful.
And you allow it to get maybe a little bit out of sync sometimes?
I didn't allow it, but I would let it if I just didn't have a way to cut away.
Right.
And I would try to sync it as best I could.
But we as the audience, do you understand where the threshold is where we notice something?
Yeah.
It seems like you can get away with a lot.
You can get away with, I'm just particular about that.
Okay.
I just don't like seeing a dub movie where it just feels canned. It makes you not believe in it anymore. So I just cut away where the lips are just way off. I just didn't want any of that. I just felt like I wanted it to just be believable. And they could be really believable if they were in sync. But I didn't shoot 2 takes of film or even 2 takes of audio, but just 1 take. We just went and what's cool is that because I just had them go through the whole scene again. So I would go ahead and record them like grabbing the bottle or any action they did, opening the suitcase. I'd have all the sound effects too. I just had to sync it by hand. That's a lot of work for me, but I got great sound that way. Because if I had had a sync camera, the mic would have been so far, we would have had to go get new sound effects. But because the camera is off, I could record everything close up. So there was some blessing to that.